the show. I love you guys. Fucking, let's go Jets. Jets, Jets.
Oh, I'm beating you with my mind. And I can still dominate, I think.
Dane, you're a legend, bro.
Jets. Good morning, Gangrene Nation. Mike, what's up, dude?
Good morning, Dino. How you doing, my man? I'm doing fantastic.
Yes, I believe it. Good night, I should say to you. Good morning to me. Good morning to most others out there. Dude, how excited were you for this this week of film? I should say.
I'll tell you what, man. I was way more excited to go over this film than I was compared to the Monday Night Football game against the 49ers and certainly the Tennessee Titans as well. So, yeah, I'm really pumped up about this film, man. There's a lot of good things that I think we're gonna see today here. A couple of things that we can fix, but the fixes are becoming a little bit smaller as the weeks go on. So hopefully that trend continues. But man, we are just like so close of being able to fully click here, and I can't wait.
Love it, dude. I love to see it, man. And that's the thing. Like we started out so low week one, and
Yeah, exactly.
it's just, dude, it's just nice to see like strides, and I don't even think like they're the size that I thought they'd be. Like our strides, that is. Like I expected baby steps after what we did week one, but we'll get into it obviously. But just good to see improvement, like you said, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Where do you want to start us off at? You want to just kind of outline what you got going on first for us?
Yeah, look, there's going to be a lot of things that I want to go over offensively. So we can go ahead and get the defense knocked out real quick. This is even though the defense did relatively well here against the Patriots on Thursday Night Football, I decided not to put too many clips together just so we can really hone in on the offense.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's dive right in. Do you have
I'll go ahead and
first?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and share my screen here, my tab. Let me know when you're able to.
Yes,
to
sir.
pull it up.
Got it coming through now.
All right, got it. All right, wonderful. 1 second, let me just pull it up on my end here.
Perfect.
Oh, where'd it go? I had it. Let me just pull it. Let me just see.
No worries.
Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, I got it. I found it.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that.
All good, brother.
All right. So, so let's go ahead. We're going to jump right into the defense here, Dano. And like I said, I don't really have that many clips when it comes to the defense, only because I really wanted to focus on the offense here today. I really wanted to hone in on what we got going on offense. But yeah, so the defense, did relatively well. We're going to go over quite a few plays here. Not too many, but nonetheless, we're going to get in the nitty gritty and get the meat potatoes of everything. So here in the first quarter on the first play, what I want you to do is I want you to hone in on Will McDonald here, because this dude is just really coming on. I think he is an absolute menace. He's a game wrecker. I know that we've been talking about him during the Titans tape. And again, this guy is just showing up and showing out. I mean, this guy just really does it all. So the biggest thing here, let's go ahead and roll the tape. he's going to be on the bottom of your screen here, number 99, Will McDonald. And he just getting a free release there. Like no one's even blocking him at all, which is not what you want to do against this guy. This guy is super quick. He's fast. And you know, he's obviously going to be able to get to you. He was able to you know, disrupt the pass there. And then Quincy Williams was able to make that tackle. So not like the sexiest of plays here, you know, when it comes to this play, but Will McDonald was getting free, and he was able to disrupt that pass, and Quincy Williams was able to play cleanup there, and then Sherwood behind him. So, you know, not the sexiest play, like I said, but nonetheless, Will McDonald was really showing everybody that he is a force to be reckoned with there.
He is. Now, question, are you seeing strides out of him specifically? I know we only have we've only done this, 2-3 times now, but does it seem like he's kind of blossoming, or is it just the stat sheet that seems to suggest that?
No, he is definitely coming into his own. His run defense is still not where it should be, but I'm suspecting that once he adds some pounds, once he adds like 10 or 15 pounds, his you know, run defense will be a lot better. But he in the passing game, like this guy, there aren't many players like him in the NFL, especially right now, that are able to do what he does. I like you said, he's blossoming. He's coming into his own here, and opposing offenses are going to have to account for him going forward in the future. And there's another play, I think. I don't know if I have it here in the clips, but there's another play like he's also coming free as well. Like they don't even block him, which is really malpractice on the offensive side of the football for the Patriots. So I'm suspecting that going forward, other teams are going to be looking at this and be like, man, we got to get hands on number 99, you know, because everybody's focused on 95, Quentin Williams.
Yes.
But going forward, they're going to be worried about this guy, man. And I'm going to show you a couple plays as well.
Dude, which will only help the rest of the guys, and I love it. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry,
exactly.
I had to ask that because like the key with him was, can he win with other moves? You know, like you can't be a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
And I think we're starting to see some of his other moves.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And we'll see that too. I think I have a clip here of him doing that. But
Cool.
Quick question about the play or the you know, the video here. Is it like really laggy, or is it doing okay?
You're okay. Or
The last one.
the film is good. You're a little bit laggy yourself, but I think we're all watching the film anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Okay. How's the audio? Is it
You're good.
Is the audio laggy? Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. All right, so this next play here, I want everybody to take a look at number 44, Sherwood, Jamie Sherwood here. Now he's gonna be right here. It's gonna be hard on this view, but just take a look at what he does here. Follow along here. He's gonna be coming all the way across the field to make this tackle. He basically saves this tackle, or saves this gain here. Take a look on this view here, number 44. DJ Reed wasn't able to make that tackle for some reason, and Sherwood. Just take a look at how the speed of Sherwood coming across the field like that. Now let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this, guys. For those of you who were really down on CJ Mosley going out, CJ Mosley is a great player. Don't get me wrong, but I'm telling you right now, we did not miss him like one bit during this game. Because of the ability of this guy, number 44. Like, look at this. Look at the speed on this guy, just going sideline to sideline. Not only do we have Quincy Williams being able to do that, but we have Jamie Sherwood to be able to do that as well. It is just tremendous to be able to have two guys like that in your defense, and especially one that has been learning from CJ Mosley for this is, I think, his 4th year now. So he's been learning from the captain for so long. And now he is ready to really take the reins there and be able to step it up.
And you know what? I would like to think that Mosley made that learning curve for Sherwood all that less steep, you know, because he's such a good teacher.
For sure. Absolutely. So this next play, Dano, is another Will McDonald play, actually. So he's going to be down here I think he's down here in this wide 9. I think this is the play. He should be down here in this wide 9, number 99. And just, you're not going to be able to see it too good on this from this angle, but watch the next angle what he does. This is actually a Quinnen Williams sack. But watch Will McDonald here, number 99, and this wide 9 here, form here. Watch what he does to all these offensive linemen. Let's just freeze it right here. Boom. So you have number 99, Will McDonald, taking up 4 offensive linemen on his own. And that's from what
insane.
he's doing right there, Quinnen Williams is able to get around and get the sack.
Yeah.
So
he
let's
took
take a
all
look
the
at that
attention.
again. This dude is so disruptive
That's a good play there.
that he just took up three, and that spin move was just deadly. And even though it wasn't an outside spin, it was an inside spin, he took up 3 or 4 blockers right there. One guy. That's insane. Like that is elite right there. That is just crazy, man. It is insane.
Dwight Freeney would be proud. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't see the screen right now, so I wouldn't be able to.
Okay. All good. But they said
Freeney
Dwight.
would be proud.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
right.
that's crazy though. Like that's what you would like to see, man. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Especially
for
freeing
sure.
it up for Quinnen, man, because like dude deserves it. How many times
Yep.
how many plays have we seen where he's the one consuming 3 guys and someone else gets the sack?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's been a long time coming for Quinnen to finally be able to kind of have that one-on-one. And actually, for that specific play, Will McDonald just took everybody out. Took one for the team so that Quinnen could just run around and get that sack there, which is awesome. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of that throughout the year. But so this next play, Dano, I think you're going to really like this. I think this is the play here. First of all, let's appreciate what we have here in this defensive front. Look how beautifully aligned these guys are. There's no major gaps like we've seen in the Monday Night Football game against the 49ers. I don't know what – I still go back to that, man. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with those gigantic gaps. Like they were just begging the 49ers to run. But I digress. Anyway, this formation right here is just beautiful in terms of the the defensive line.
The spacing.
The spacing, yeah. And what we're going to see is a nice little blitz that Robert Saleh and Jeff Obert don't typically do. I think this should be the play here. Yeah. So Chuck Clark comes in, and he does this beautiful. Like he disguised it. It was such a late blitz. Like look how far back he is.
Dude, I love this play.
Look how far back he is. Like this is why you want a veteran like Chuck Clark on your team, because he knows from experience that you have to wait. If you're going to be blitzing, if you're going to be having a safety blitz, one of the best things you could do is kind of do a delayed blitz. That way no one even sees you coming. They're not going to suspect you at all. And he times this perfectly. Let's watch him. So he's walking back, and then boom, he's going in. Look at that. And it's too late. By the time they notice it, by the time the running back notices it, it's already too late. So Clark is already coming downhill. It's a play action pass. And look, it's already too late. Clark is already almost in Brissett's face. And boom, there you go.
That
Beautifully
is awesome.
timed.
Dude,
Even though
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, obviously, like at this point of the game, probably I think second quarter, maybe late first, Clark had to have a sense of Brissett's cadence enough to know like the dude wasn't going to snap it when he was 10 yards back. He timed it perfect, like you said, man.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it couldn't have been timed any more perfect than that. And then Brissett did get the check down there, but I don't think there was any yardage for it. It was just too late. Chuck Clark was in his face. So this next play here, Dano, is going to be something that's a little bit concerning. Not overly concerning, but just something that I noticed when I'm doing these game reviews. I don't want it to only just be rah Jets highlights. I kind of want to get into the nitty gritty and even nitpick at times. And this is one of those plays where I'm going to nitpick here. And what I want everybody to see is DJ Reed in the bottom of the screen, right here. So just keep watching DJ Reed at the bottom of the screen there, and you're gonna see they're taking a shot deep, and he just gets beat, and it's not the worst coverage in the world, right? It's not, I've seen much worse coverage, but it just seems like this is a theme for him. Like all camp long, even last year, like this guy is just not able to stick with the deep ball there. And I understand that Chuck Clark came in a little bit late. Maybe he should have had some safety help there, but yeah, the fact that DJ Reed just keeps getting beat, it seems like almost every game there's a play where he's a step behind or just getting beat. And I'm just kind of getting a little bit concerned there, I don't know if it's because of the injury. I know that he was obviously he was injured and Eccles had to take care of business last week. So maybe he's just a little bit injured. But what do you think about the whole thing with DJ Reed there with the deep ball?
You know what? I remember this play exactly. This is the one where he actually got flagged for DPI on it. And
Yep.
when you showed the play, like you can't really tell he got beat. However, that's because of what he did to gain that flag.
Right.
And basically
Right.
he hooked a dude's arm, which allowed him to maintain stride with him. So had he not committed the foul, I think you would have seen him get beat even worse. And
Definitely.
I know what you're saying. I mean, if it's something that we're gonna need to keep an eye on, then maybe we need to shade safety help to him a little better, at least on the deep balls, But
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Until he gets beat, though, I'm not gonna fully, say he's, cooked or anything like some would suggest.
Right. It's just something to monitor, I think.
It is
Nothing to
exactly
like
that.
panic about. Yeah, nothing to panic about just yet, but something to kind of monitor. And I'm hoping that they monitor this as well during their film review. So, but we'll see what happens. I don't know exactly how they're going to fix it, but this is just one of those little nitpicky things that they should get fixed.
Facts. Give me a second. I'm gonna say hello to the chat real quick.
Yeah, sure, no
buy
problem.
you a minute. And good morning again. If you're tuning in with us late, glad to have you for sure. I see Randy in the chat. What's up, brother? A couple things I wanted to highlight from him. They tried to compare Brissett to Aaron. Rodgers would have seen that a mile away. Yeah. Especially like even Rodgers would have seen it, but then like when you hike the ball, you don't turn your back to Clark. Like Brissett was totally fooled on that. And I like to think that when guys have spectacular plays like that early in the season, it can like catapult their confidence, their breakout, ability. And what did you see with Clark? A quarter or 2 quarters later, he has, and maybe we'll get to it, but he had an impact play later in this game. Maybe this sack kind of, gave him his footing to be able to make that impact. Randy also said, in coverage that long, I feel like there should have been some kind of help on the top, and that's where I'm at. Like we kind of left him on an island, and I don't know if that's the move, especially like the Patriots receivers. They're not like super freaks athletically, but they do have like
Right.
four guys consistently that are kind of rangy. Polk, I don't know if that was Polk on the pass, but I would definitely give help if it was Polk. Anyways, Scott's here as well. That coverage is not too bad. Yeah, again, like this on this play, Reed kind of hooked the dude's arm. I think he even grabbed the dude's arm and was running stride for stride. So like it didn't look that bad, but I think it could have been for sure if it was legal.
Right.
But like Mike said, we'll keep an eye on it, and I'm sure if you see him get beat next week, we'll be in this spot next week looking at it. So just something to keep an eye on. Exactly that. But
Absolutely.
again, glad to have you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying coffee like me. All right, back to the film here. All right, we have it up here, Mike, if you are ready.
All right, awesome. Yeah, so this next play here, we're gonna focus on a positive, and that is going to be Will McDonald's going to get a sack here. We're going to look at him at the top of the screen, again, number 99, and let's just take a look at what happens here. Just leaving him uncovered. You cannot do that as an opposing offense. You just cannot. You have to make sure he's accounted for. You cannot just let him be a free runner because this dude is too quick, he's too fast, and he's going to be able to get to the quarterback. So that is complete malpractice on the Patriots. It already happened earlier in the game, as we saw, and he was almost sacked. And this time he actually got home and got the sack. So that was a very good play by Will McDonald, but obviously he was not up against any blockers, but we'll take it there.
Yeah, no hesitation. He just burst through there. That's cool.
Yep, and then this next play here is going to be McDonald again. I believe he's on the bottom of the screen here. And he's just going to have a nasty spin move. And this wasn't a sack or anything, and the Patriots actually got some yardage here. But just take a look at this spin move, man. It's like there aren't many players in the NFL that have a spin move that good. Like this guy is just so good at that spin move. It's so elite, man. It really is.
And it's like seamless too. He can do it in stride, and it doesn't really slow him down one bit. It's kind of crazy. Yeah,
man. Once he hits that spin, it's over. Especially those guys who are a little bit on the slow side. And this guy was a rookie. The left tackle he was going against is a rookie. Played right tackle at Penn State. He was actually the bookend tackle on the other side of Olu Fashanu at Penn State. So, which is a fun fact. But Will McDonald's spin move is just insane, man. So this is going to be the last play, Dano, of the defense here. Even though they have had a lot of other pretty good highlights on the defense throughout the entirety of the game, but I really want to hone in on the offense going forward. So this last play is going to be a Quinnen Williams sack, and I believe he's in the middle here. Yeah. I mean, the guy's motor is just relentless. So we all know how good Quinnen Williams is, but this guy just doesn't stop. He's gonna be going after you, and he's just gonna, if it's one-on-one, he's just gonna have you beat. Yeah. And even though Brissett got that ball off, it was still counted as a sack because I think his knee hit the ground before he actually threw it.
Love that, dude. Especially, dude, if we get the big guys eating too, with him and Kinlaw didn't have some really gaudy stats this game, but I just love his pairing with Big Q, man. I really do.
Yeah, I think Kinlaw had a sack too this game.
Did he?
If I'm not mistaken. Nice. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he had a sack. I just wanted to really focus on the offense here, but man, it's these guys are looking pretty good, man. They really are.
Boba Jet, welcome, brother. Good to see you too, brother. I'm still waking up. I said it a million times. I go to bed at like 5 a.m. So this is, but honestly, with Mike being 12 hours off, this is perfect. I do like this. He gave me the option of going late at night, and I'm like, you know what? I'd rather test out this time slot, see how we do, and so far so good, man. You said that's it for the defense. You have
the defense, yeah.
Okay. If you want to jump right in, I'm ready, brother.
Yeah, sure. Just let me know. Let me know when you can see the screen there.
Okay, coming through. Here we go. Offense. Yeah, I see it now. We are good.
All right, sweet. Yeah, Dano. So remember what I was saying earlier in terms of our offense. It's doing really well. Don't get me wrong. We're going to talk about the offense here, we have a lot of really, really good things that I've seen and that I want to show everybody. And what most people have seen on Thursday Night Football. But a couple things here that I want to get fixed, and there's just a whole bunch of things that I want to continue. And one of those things is Braylon Allen. Like this guy, man. I mean, Daniel, like Braylon Allen is just coming into his own, just like how Will McDonald is coming into his own in year 2. This dude right out the gate is just a phenomenal football player. Like, this guy is such an enigma to opposing defenses. Like, I don't even think they know what to do with him in terms of how to defend against him. And then Nathaniel Hackett might not even know what to do with him 100% quite yet as well, going off of his track record. But Braylon Allen, man, is going to be a phenomenal football player. Like, this dude just has it all. He's fast. He's big. 6'1", 235 pounds. I know that we talk about this a lot, but youngest player in the NFL, youngest player to score a touchdown, I think, since 1970 or something like that. So this guy is just a phenomenal football player and a tremendous athlete. So right here, we're going to watch him in the backfield. And this is one of the reasons why I say Braylon Allen should be getting more snaps. And when I say more snaps, I mean like 50% of the snaps should be I'm talking about rushes. 50% of the rushes should be to Braylon Allen. Like, look at what this guy does, man. Like, he doesn't go down in the first, like this right here should be a loss. Like, this should be a tackle for loss, or
Yes.
at the very least, it should be a 0 yardage gain here. It should be right back to the line of scrimmage. But this dude just, look at that. He just shimmies around, and I think it's like a 6-7 yard gain, man. Like, this guy is just phenomenal.
Dude, I don't know a Jet fan out there that isn't a Braylon Allen fanboy right now, but we all should be. Like, it's insane what this kid is doing, and he's getting to the second level with routine, man. And I hate
Absolutely.
to say it, but he's getting to the second level better than anyone on this team right now.
Yep, for sure, 100%. Now his I was gonna say his sidekick, but actually Braylon Allen is technically the sidekick right now. But we'll call him Batman and Batman, because to me, like, they're both really good running backs, and they complement each other really well. But one of them is not the sidekick. Like each one is kind of like the main character, but we just so happen to have both of them in our offense, which is insane. So this next play is Breece Hall here. He's going to be in the backfield. It's got another running play. It's going to be up the middle. And he, watch what he does. He has a good vision, and they just, pulls a nice little spin move there. It's not like the sexiest run in the world. We didn't get that many yards on this gain here. But again, this guy running up the middle, doing a nice little spin move, you couldn't ask more from him. Now, going forward, though, I would much rather have Braylon Allen continue those duties of running inside, and we're going to get into it even more going forward here. But even though Breece Hall can really do it all, I would prefer to see Braylon Allen kind of get more of those inside zone runs, and then use Breece Hall on the outside zones and the stretch plays and the tosses, and then of course, obviously the check the check downs and the screens and whatnot, because Breece Hall is just so good at catching the football. So that's what I kind of want to see more from Breece.
Facts.
So this next play here is going to be the famous Lazard touchdown. I think this is going to be going down in Jets history and NFL history, actually, in terms of there's going to be so many memes out of this. So at the bottom of the screen, you have Allen Lazard, and he just makes a tremendous football move. He catches the ball, and that's when the defender pulls on his shirt there, and it like stretches like 10 yards. But watch what you see here. So Aaron Rodgers is so smart. He's one of the smartest football quarterbacks to ever touch a football. And why I say that is because this entire defense is anticipating a run here from Breece Hall. You have all these linemen up here that are showing that they're going to be running the football. And then you have Allen Lazard here on the bottom of your screen. You have Garrett up there. And Rodgers recognizes this. He knows that everyone here on the Patriots defense is expecting a run. And what he really notices here is the distance between Lazard and the defender there. Take a look at that. This is what we call off coverage. So this cornerback is off of far off from Alan Lazard. So he has a lot of space to be able to throw this ball really quickly, and that's exactly what Rodgers does. So he notices it right away, throws the ball. Alan Lazard makes a fantastic move, by the way, obviously, as you can see here. And he just makes it happen. This guy is playing, his freaking, he's playing like some of the best football I've seen Alan Lazard play, and that includes on the Packers. This guy is just phenomenal right now. And the resurgence of Alan Lazard is just great, man. It really is.
Can you take it back to right before that snap? I want to just look at something real fast.
From this view?
The first view.
The first view, okay, sure.
While you're setting it up, I just want to say, like, that's a pleasant surprise so far this year. And I know everybody's saying it. Our yak in this game was stupendous. But like, if I'm that DB, I don't know that I'm playing that any differently. Like, I wouldn't think to myself, Lazard's gonna cook me out of my shoes. But look, he friggin' did. He did. And this is exactly what you say. Like, this is an extension of the run game, man. What's he do? It's basically a handoff to Lazard, 6 yards to the left. But what you do is you get him away from, 12 guys in the middle of the field, and you just put him on an island out there. And dude cooked him. I love to see it. Love to see it, man.
Absolutely. And let's say that this defender was up in press coverage, like right in Lazard's face. Rodgers would have recognized that as well, and probably would have signaled to Lazard to run a fade instead. End zone fade there, run right by him. So we have the quarterback, man, to be able to kind of understand like these reading the defense, understand these concepts, and being able to audible the play on the line. Gone are the days of having like a Zach Wilson and a Trevor Siemian and Tim Boyle, like those types of guys. We have a quarterback, a Hall of Fame quarterback that can recognize what's going on and tell his guys what to do, with signals, and be able to have those have those audibles and be able to check out of certain plays and kind of have those hot routes to be able to score the touchdowns. So,
facts.
Let's just roll it one more time because it's just so beautiful here.
There we go. This is actually the smoothest it played, and that you could really tell. That shirt, you're right. There's going to be so many memes on that.
Yeah, 100%.
I saw one where Lazard was on top of a globe, and his shirt was wrapped around the globe like 5 times.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that too. Yeah,
that was great.
There's gonna be a lot of memes, man. Okay, so this next play here, nothing really, not too many, yards from this play. It's not like the sexiest play in the world again, but this formation right here is what I want to see from the Jets. I want to see them in this formation more than any other package, offensive packages that we have. And the reason why I say that is because we have both Braylon Allen and Breece Hall on the field at the same time, right? We have 5 linemen here. Then we have Garrett right here on the bottom. And we have, I think that's Conklin right here in the slot. And then I'm not sure. I think that's either Lazard or Mike Williams here up top. And then we have, obviously, Aaron Rodgers here. And then we have Breece Hall and Braylon Allen here in the backfield. And as you see here, you're going to see this a lot. You're going to see Aaron Rodgers motions Breece over to the right. Now, from here, you can either hand the ball off to Braylon, or you can, obviously, if one of these receivers are open, you can throw it to the receiver. Or you can throw the check down here to Breece Hall, which is exactly what they do. Now, this was a terrible pass, but Breece Hall is just so good at catching the football that he just goes up and gets this ball. Again, this isn't the sexiest play in the world. I think there was a penalty on the play here. I'm not sure if it was by the Jets. But the formation itself is just tremendous. Like I want to be able to see more of that. What do you think about that, Dano? What do you think about
I
using
love
both of them?
anything, dude. Yes, I love anything that gets. You know what? It ought to be like outside of the O line. Find ways to get our best six on the field. And I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but both of these running backs are in our top six. Five.
100%.
If you subtract Rogers, then five. Okay, both of them should be out there as often as we can because how do you cover both, especially when there's space between the two of them, like we did here, obviously. And this is again an extension of the run game. You can't talk about a higher percentage throw than that. And like you said, it wasn't
Right.
perfect, but we still got a gain out of it. But yeah, find ways to use them both.
100%. And I think we're going to use them both more. In fact, I think during the Titans game, we were in that package maybe one time, if I'm not mistaken. And in this game, I think we were in the split back package. I think at least 4 or 5 times. So I think going forward, we're going to see a lot more of that. But I want it to be a high percentage. Like I basically want that package to be our base offensive package there. Like I want to see that so many times
Honestly,
throughout the game.
force us out of it. How about that?
Yeah,
Like, you know,
exactly. Yeah, but the thing about, and I know I'm harping on it a lot, but the best thing about that formation is that the defense doesn't know if you're going to run the ball or pass the ball, and not on top of that, they don't know if you're going to be giving it to Brees or Braylon. Like you don't even have to run the ball or fake run the ball in that play. You can literally have both of them run in opposite directions, and you have no idea which one you're throwing the ball to.
facts.
So. Or if, like, let's say a wide receiver is open, or if Conklin was open in the slot there. But yeah, it's an exciting package. I think we're going to be using it a lot more. Yeah, so this next play though, I want to go over something and on our offense that wasn't a positive per se. Like it's a positive, but it needs to get fixed or it needs to get better, and that is the connection between Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. So obviously, we all know what happened to Rodgers last year, getting hurt first 4 plays of the into the season. So he was out an entire year without Garrett Wilson. Then during the summer, past summer, he was lighting it up with him. Like it seemed like Garrett Wilson was unguardable by any DB that was against him. But it seems like this year we've gone over the tape, man. Like Garrett Wilson, it seems like is either constantly open or there's a lot of 50-50 balls that he should be getting more shots to. And the connection is just not there, man. It's just that one last kind of missing link for our offense to be 100% complete. I think during the 49ers game, it was like around the 30% mark. Then the Tennessee Titans game, it was around the 60% mark ish. And now I think we're hovering around 80 to 85%. And once we hit that 100%, with Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, man, look out because we are going to do some damage. So let's take a look at the bottom of the screen here with Garrett Wilson. And I want you to take a look. Garrett Wilson just runs pretty much right by this defender here. Now, this wasn't like the worst coverage ever. I think that was Gonzalez. I'm not 100% sure. But right there, it's kind of hard to see. But I thought when I was rewatching this tape, I thought that this was, if you see Rodgers here, I thought Rodgers was taking a shot right here.
Yeah, can you pause
Wilson.
it? Can you pause it exactly when Rodgers releases it? I just want to see where Wilson is then.
Okay, I think the ball is out. Oh, yeah, I think the ball is out right there, and I believe it's going toward the middle of the field.
Man, yeah.
But here's Garrett right here. Now, I'm not saying if Garrett, and I believe Garrett is kind of like running towards. He's kind of like running a deep post.
Yes.
Looks like kind of. Now there is this safety over here coming in, but Rodgers is good enough to be able to throw that ball somewhere in between where Wilson is and where this defender is. And, could Garrett score a touchdown here if he would have, catch that ball? Absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind that this could have been a huge gain or a possible touchdown here that should have happened. Yeah, so this ball, I mean, Brees Hall was able to get this ball and got the first down. So again, I'm kind of nitpicking on this, but this is just something that I noticed with Garrett Wilson, you know, really beating his guy, even though it wasn't the, you know, even though he didn't, you know, run past him in terms of being like 5-10 yards away from him. But for Garrett Wilson, he beat his guy. You know what I mean? Like Garrett Wilson was open on that play, you know? So it's just one of those things, man, that I noticed that needs to get fixed.
Yeah, no, you know what? And so full transparency, we were actually texting during this game, and it, I mean, and I'm sure we have a few more plays later that we want to look at as well, so I don't want to spoil everything, but
Right.
it's abundantly clear that they are not in total synchronicity is one of my favorite words. It's
Yeah.
not, man. It's not cause for concern yet, but like I don't know.
Right.
I think the entire fan base, the entire team loves Garrett so much, and we want to see him succeed so badly that we're all just like on the edge of our seats waiting for that splash play, and we just haven't seen it yet. And there's been some missed. There's a comeback route late in this game on third down too, I believe, that just grinded my gears because the corner touched Garrett not at all, and they were still one full step off in their timing.
Yeah.
And dude, in October, this will not even be a story, but for now it is. For now it is.
Right. Yeah, but by the time the Vikings game comes around, because I do think we're going to do a lot of damage against the Broncos, and who knows, maybe that's going to be the breakout game. But I'm hoping this definitely gets fixed by that London game against the Vikings. But obviously, I'm hoping that it gets fixed by Sunday. But and we're going to go over some more plays there when it comes to Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, and kind of really show everyone exactly what we're talking about, Dano. Some more of what we're talking about. But let's get into another positive here. Going back to Braylon Allen, this guy is just a beast, dude. Like, look what this guy's able to do. So we got motion from the H back there to be like a fullback, and this guy just does not go down like on the first hit. His yak ability, or I'm sorry, his what is it called? After contact, yardage after contact is just insane, right? Like it takes more than one guy to take this dude down. And that's why I really want to see him more on those first and second downs, even sometimes third downs, really, because he's such a good blocker too when it comes to, pass blocking.
What do you think of, this isn't something that I had you tracking or anything, like, so like, don't hesitate if you're not sure, but like,
yeah.
I heard this take, I don't know, maybe a week ago that, and it was a national take, but they said Braylon isn't quite running behind his pads yet. He's not, and like he's running a little bit upright. What do you think of that? And like, do you what like for one? When he starts crouching more and like running behind his pads, those linebackers are dead, and so are the DBs. So like, I do get what the take is trying to say because he does look a little bit upright when he's running, but also like it's effective right now. So I don't think anybody really cares. But do you even see where they're coming from by saying that?
I'm going to be honest. From I haven't really watched him much in college at all, so I don't know if this is just kind of like how he runs. Everybody has their own kind of running style, right? Yeah. And keep in mind, this guy is 6'1", 235 pounds. So he's not going to be, he's not going to be getting low to the ground like you're going to see, like a small guy, like a Darren Sproles or something like that. Like this dude, like I wouldn't be too concerned about his ability to run defenders over or trucking people. Is it something that does happen? Maybe, but from what I've seen so far, like I think that he's doing very well. I don't see him running too upright. That's concerning to me. But listen, if that is true that he isn't running 100, or if he's not lowering his shoulder as much as he can be, that is pretty scary for the opposing defense.
Facts.
So it's definitely something to watch. In fact, I'm
Yes.
going to be watching it more as we're watching him during these highlights here.
Cool.
So this next one, actually, this is a perfect play for what you just talked about, because this actually could have been a touchdown here on Braylon Allen. As you see here, it looks like this was going to be a passing play, and Aaron Rodgers, as you see, alert, checks out of the play and audibles it to a running play here. And we're going to watch Braylon Allen there, and he just trips. And I'm pretty sure that if this dude did not trip, he probably would have been scoring there.
Dude,
Let's
that
watch
looks
from
like
this view.
that looks like the game winner against Tennessee, to be honest. Remember that?
Yeah, it does. It does. That's exactly what it looks like. I'm going to be watching his pads to see how he's looking. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look too upright to me. But man, if this dude did not trip, I think
that's a good point. Can you show us the first view one more time, because that's where
let's
you
watch the
really
first view.
see. And
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
probably right. If he didn't trip, man, that DB's gonna have a hard time stopping him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he would have been. I think he would. The other guy would have
23.
gotten run over. Yeah,
23 is
run
probably
over.
thanking his lucky stars, man.
Yeah, man, this guy is just.
Stud.
I'm glad this dude's up. Yeah, he's a stud.
Dude, and can I just
right.
say this? The 11th running back chosen in this draft. The 11th. And we could have taken him as the 9th slotted guy. We actually slid back. 2 more running backs got chosen in front of him, and then we took him at the 11th. Like, I guarantee you there's 10 GMs out there saying, what did we not see with this kid?
Yeah, and to be honest, I was one of them, because I wasn't too high on any of these running backs coming out, and I thought that we were good with just Breece Hall. Breece Hall is a phenomenal football player, phenomenal athlete. I thought we were just good with him. So me personally, I wanted us to go with either an offensive lineman in that like a guard, and with that pick, or a wide receiver. And I'm really glad that we did. I'm really glad we picked Braylon Allen, obviously, because this dude is. I know I keep saying it, but this guy is just different, man. Like he's built different. He's more of like a traditional smash mouth running back. Like we're more used to guys who are shifty and guys who can catch out of the backfield, which Braylon Allen can do, by the way. But this dude is just more traditional. He's smash mouth football. He wants to get hit. Like he enjoys hitting, opposing defenders. And I'm so glad this dude's on our team.
Yeah, and like I said, now Randy suggested that Braylon has an extra gear. I don't know that I meant like gear per se, more like tenacity at the point of impact, like, and maybe not even on the plays where he's out in open field, but like more when it's like bunched up and he's pushing through. Like I think that whoever said it might have been Bart, but I can't quite put my finger on who said it, but to see him get down with his pads and running behind them and churning, I think we're going to see that as we go along, and he gets more confidence, I think, really. But to see him just standing upright and still like plodding through people, plodding's a bad word, but like be as successful as he is, even like unsure of himself, once he gets that certainty about what he's doing, I think we're going to see him really take off. I really do.
100%. I completely agree. Now, this next play, is going to be one for the Bowers boys. for those of you who wanted Bowers with that 10th overall pick. And listen, don't get me wrong, Bowers is a really good tight end, really good player. But we have a really good tight end, actually two really, but a really good tight end in Tyler Conklin. You're going to see him in the middle here, just catching that ball, and he almost takes it to the house. Like this dude actually almost scored here. I think he was our
wheels.
Yeah, man, he's got some speed to him as well. This guy led the team on Thursday night in yards, and this guy is I think Rodgers is going to do really well with him. I think he was number 9 in the NFL last year in receiving yards for tight ends. I think he's going to. I mean, he's already a top 10 technically in the NFL. So I think that us going the Fashanu route, other than Bowers was a great idea, especially with injury here that we have going on with Morgan Moses. So Tyler Conklin, I think, is really good tight end here, and he did really well on this play. He just gets open, and we were essentially dinking and dunking here, which is what you want to see.
You know what? You never get to see Conklin his speed really, because that's
Right.
one thing about Rodgers is his precision passing. It's really showing its benefits at least in this game in the yak department. Because
Right.
let's face it, Zach was able to hit Conklin sometimes, and when he did though, It was almost like boom down. Boom, he's down. Boom, he's down. Like in this game, to see Conklin be able to stretch his legs and show his wheels, dude, that I thought for sure that DB would have caught him as soon as he caught that ball. But dude took it 17 more yards.
It's actually a great point that you said that about Zach Wilson, and it seemed like Tyler Conklin will go down immediately. I think that's also because of how long it took Zach Wilson to process what's going on, and that ball was getting out so late that by the time Conklin caught it, the opposing DB kind of knew what was going on as well. So, the fact that this game is all about milliseconds is just, and we know this going with the whole Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers connection. So Conklin now being able to have that quarterback to get him the ball faster is just, it's tremendous.
Love it.
So this next play here, this is just me nitpicking again, but what I want to see from this play, this is going to be Breece Hall running up the middle here. And I think on the goal line, it really should be either Braylon and Breece on the field at the same time, or I want to see more Braylon on the goal line, in my opinion. I think this is going to be his bread and butter throughout his entire career for Braylon, is kind of those short yardage distance runs and running on the inside here. So we're going to watch Breece Hall. He's going to be running up the middle, and he almost scores. He doesn't do a terrible job, but what we need to understand is Breece Hall's play style is very similar to Le'Veon Bell. So if Braylon Allen got this ball, he would have gotten the ball and just put his head down and ran through that hole, right? He wouldn't think twice. But watch what Breece does here. He kind of takes a stutter step, and then he cuts back. He does a lot of dancing around, which is fine, but it's not fine in this situation because you're on the goal line. You want to get your head down. You just want to attack that gap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this was
he almost scored.
First and goal too. Yeah. It was first and goal at the 6. He got 5 of them, but you're right. If he wasn't dilly-dallying at the beginning, and maybe I don't know, man. I guess I'm a little lower on Breece than most right now. It's kind of disappointing to see him not exactly confident in spotting holes and his timing. I feel like sometimes he's not patient enough. And I think here you saw that he was too patient almost.
Too patient, right.
He'll get there as well.
Sometimes the holes aren't going to open up, So you're on the goal line, you cannot dance around because even if even if there wasn't a hole, you still have to attack it and try and push the defender back. And this play right here, this is actually a touchdown from Brees Hall here, and he does like a little kind of like a tornado spin into the end zone. Phenomenal play by him. Like this was a big highlight.
Dude, when we saw this live, I'm like, did he really just tornado in? That's a good word. Right. Tornado, cyclone. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. And I stopped it there. It wasn't the video buffering. I actually paused it.
Yeah. But no, you saw so they reviewed this play in real time, obviously, because it's a scoring play, but like to see him keep that knee up off the ground during that, I think it might have been more than a 360, like a 540 spin into the end zone.
He did like the Darth Sidious spin there from Star Wars.
Yeah.
For all my Star Wars nerds out there.
Love that.
All right. Yeah, so this next play is going to be, again, Braylon Allen, shocker, I know. Not the sexiest play in the world, but let's take a look at what he does. Aaron Rodgers checks out of the play into a run. Look at that. Boom, just trucks the dude and turns that tackle for loss into, I think, maybe like a 1 yard gain or maybe back at the line of scrimmage. But yeah, let's take a look at it from this angle here.
That should have been a -4.
Boom. Yeah, that should have been, 4 or 5 yards, 3 to 5 yards there for a loss. And that's another reason why I think Braylon Allen should be more of the rushing attack, and Brees kind of be more of the bubble screens, the check downs, the halfback slip screens, like those types of plays.
How many running backs in the league are going to take that hit and absorb it and not lose their center of gravity in doing so? Because it's not like he got knocked back a yard. He took it, and he had to pause for a minute, but that's all he did. He just paused, and then and literally watching that play, cutting it up last night, I'm like, I don't know what it would have been and it ended up a gain of 1, but that should have been like a -4. Right. I'm telling you, maybe -3. So you're talking about 4 yards just because of his ability to absorb that contact and then shed it.
Yeah, 100%. Like I could probably count on one hand with 5 fingers or less how many running backs can do that in the NFL these days. So now this next play is another one of those missed opportunities where I think, again, this is kind of like highlighting the discrepancy between the Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson chemistry connection here. So you're gonna see here, Garrett Wilson's in motion. Just keep staring at Garrett Wilson the whole way throughout this play. Just not the best throw. Could the throw be a little bit better? Yeah, and also Garrett Wilson, could he, have run a little bit better route? Yes, but that throw should have been on the money. Like this is very not like Aaron Rodgers to be that much off. And he was on the run there, but I would like to see Aaron Rodgers kind of not be running so much here, kind of stop a little bit faster and throw the ball there.
Yeah, set your feet.
Yeah, like he still has some distance here between the defender. He could have set his feet a little bit better there and threw that ball. It was just a missed opportunity there. That was another missed touchdown for Garrett Wilson there. And then this play is just as bad, if not worse. Again, Garrett Wilson missed opportunity. You're going to see him on the bottom of the screen there. And take a look. I want you to look at Garrett right here on the bottom, right? We're going to watch this play twice. So we're able to see that, Dano, on the bottom? Let's watch Garrett.
So show it again.
Okay. We're going to stare at Garrett the whole time. Just keep staring at Garrett on the bottom. Okay, we're able to see that?
It's a little choppy, but I see Garrett able to win. Like if you throw it even toward the middle of the field, he's got everything.
Yeah. Now let's look at Rodgers here. Let's look at how much time Rodgers has to throw his football.
I see. Okay.
He just takes too long. I mean, he throws a check down here, but he just takes too long. He's got to take that shot. This is a better view. This is a better view of how much time he has. He's got to take that shot now. Look at you, and he even pumped. He even wanted to take the shot, but he didn't. From this angle, you can't see Garrett from this angle, but let's take a look at Rodgers. Watch the little pump he does. See, he wanted to take the shot, but he didn't do it for whatever reason. It's like, dude, even if you weren't able to connect with him, you got to take those shots. Even if it's a 50-50 ball. Like, look at Garrett right here.
Yeah.
This would have been a 50.
There's no deep safety either.
Yeah, this is not a guaranteed touchdown. This is going to be a 50-50 ball. But I trust Garrett Wilson to come up with this. You know what I'm saying?
Same here.
Like, I would much rather take this shot and for somehow either not catch it, or better yet, look at all these flags that are going around these days. This could have forced a defensive pass interference here, and we could have been closer to the end zone. I think we scored anyway on this drive, but again, this is just something to monitor here when it comes to Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett actually scored a touchdown on this drive. I think this is the Garrett touchdown. But this is the same play again. He pumps it. He wants to take that shot, but he just didn't for some reason, and then just throws a check down. This very next play. Okay, this is actually the play, I believe, where Garrett catches a touchdown here. And I want to really talk about this play, Dano. Oh, no, this is the second to last. So he almost scored a touchdown here. The very next play is going to be him scoring the touchdown. But he makes a really good move here, nonetheless.
And I like to highlight, too, like what he does with the ball after the play's over.
Yep.
Watch.
Yeah.
Bam. He's annoyed. He is annoyed.
Yeah, he's pissed.
He wants in that end zone.
100%. And he does get in the end zone here. So we're going to take a look at here. You're going to look in the bottom of your screen. Dude, check out that pass and that catch, man. Like, there are not many players in the NFL that can throw that ball like that.
No. That's 6 the other way. I know you guys have heard that already, but that's 6 the other way. It really is.
Yeah, like this pass is just absolutely insane to me. Like you said, it should have been 6 the other way. Any other quarterback, really, aside from, Mahomes and Rodgers and Josh Allen, it's like that would have been a pick 6. Now this next play here is another missed opportunity with Garrett. Garrett's actually going to be in the slot here, okay? So we're going to take a look at what happens here with Garrett Wilson in the slot. So just watch him. So as you see here, Rodgers rolls out to his left. Garrett doesn't really fully get open until about right here. So Rodgers is all the way over here, and Garrett is in the slot over here. Now, this would take a tremendous effort to get this ball all the way to Garrett, but I think Aaron Rodgers could have done it. You know what I mean? I think he could have, like, he steps right here. I think Aaron Rodgers could have launched this ball and still
met him at center field at least, maybe.
Yeah, I think Rodgers, Zach Wilson couldn't have done that. Like not many quarterbacks could do that, but I'm fairly confident. And he even stops right there, just freaking launched the thing.
Yes, Zach Wilson could have Zach could have did it at his pro day.
Yeah, at his pro day, or he would have done it and freaking it would have been an interception because it wasn't accurate enough. But yeah, again, that was another one of those nitpicking plays, but it's just one of those things that I want to be able to see more of in terms of just trying to force him the ball, Like, I don't really mind for Garrett Wilson to be forced the ball. Like I want to see him get those targets every single game. Like anything less than 10 targets a game for Garrett Wilson should be criminal. Like Nathaniel Hackett should be arrested.
Yeah.
If he's not, if in the game plan it's not Garrett Wilson is targeted at least minimum 10 times a game. You know.
And it's funny you say that because like opposing fan bases think that we're over targeting Garrett. And then you hear Rogers speak, and he's saying that they're not targeting Garrett enough. So, like,
Right.
fan bases don't want to see it, and they're going to get it whether they like it or not.
Yeah, 100%. I think as Jets fans, I think we know that the hype was real during the summer. We're kind of like starving for that. Like we know the connection's going to be there, and it's kind of just one of those things where it's like when is it going to happen? And obviously, I'm hoping it's going to be against the Broncos, but it has to happen by the Vikings game in a couple of weeks. Like we have to be on our A game because they're playing lights out right now, and we got to be able to go to London and have that connection with Garrett there with Rodgers.
Ooh, I think I know what this play is. Is this? Tell me, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is going to be the Mike Williams sighting here. We're slowly bringing him along. Like he's getting more and more snaps. He's getting more and more targets. He's another one that should be getting more. He had a couple of misses here that aren't in the tape, but this guy is just like look what he does on the bottom of the screen here, number 18. Again, with most quarterbacks, like this guy is not open at all. And with most receivers, this guy is not open at all. But his skill set is just so tremendous with those 50-50 balls. He really turns them into more like 80-20 balls, you know. Too bad he wasn't able to do this during – yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say I don't know. Like this might be blasphemous, but throwing that route to that spot might be Rodgers' best throw. Like I'm sure he has other, but dude, he's already hit Lazard with it. He's hit Garrett with it. Now he's hitting Mike Williams with it. All to the left, like back shoulder fade, just epic, man. I love seeing that because how much of it is timing, most of it placement. And
absolutely,
we have three guys that can capitalize on it because of the accuracy in the placement of it. It's just really cool because, like you said, Garrett is the sync isn't there yet. Even Mike Williams is not yet. Lazard it is. But can you imagine when all three are clicking like Lazard is now? Like, bro.
100%.
Bro.
100%, man. Like once it's all clicking, once it's all together, man, look out. Like we are I really do. I know I keep saying this pretty much every week, but we are going to win a lot of football games, man, especially because of this offense.
Facts.
But this is the last play that I want to kind of harp over, and it's actually another kind of missed opportunity with Garrett Wilson here, but he's going to be in the slot, and just take a look at what happens here. So he gets open, but Rodgers just could not get him the ball. It was just a bad pass, not high enough. And, was Garrett going to score here? Probably not. But if this ball was up over the top, he would have definitely caught the ball, and it would have been a pretty good gain there. But overall, though, I think the offense obviously did very well. We won the game. We're over the last two games, I think we outscored the Patriots 41-6. From last year to this year over the last two games, and I want to be able to see that continue. I think that obviously the dynasty's over. Bill Belichick is gone. Tom Brady is gone. Jared Mayo is not the coach. Is not Bill Belichick, and Jacoby Brissett and Drake May are certainly not Tom Brady. So. It felt really good, man, to be able to destroy the Patriots. And I want to do the same thing to the Broncos, man. I don't know if you noticed this on Twitter or anything, but they are just like the Broncos fans are pretty much glazing over freaking Bo Nix. And like he's like their savior. What like the dude hasn't even thrown a touchdown this year.
Oh
Like,
my
and they think
God.
like he's freaking Josh Allen or something.
And you said that you said the dynasty is over, and guess what? The Buffalo Bills dynasty never got off the ground, so it
Yeah.
really is ripe for the picking, man. Um, I do like what you're saying about this might be the week for Garrett. The only thing that I'm really like,
Mhm.
that might be the best matchup they have though, like with Surtain versus Garrett.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but the thing is, like, we're not a one trick pony anymore.
No.
So even if you do have an elite corner on Garrett, we can make you give us one on one. And I
Right.
still like Garrett one on one over just about anybody. Through the course of 60 plays, he's going to win some of those.
100%. What I anticipate happening, what I kind of like my little prediction here, is that teams are going to uh, try and sell out against the run against the Jets because they're noticing. Listen, they're noticing Braylon Allen now, and the Brees Hall kind of like the 1-2 punch there. I think teams are going to be trying to stack that box, and then I think that's when Aaron Rodgers and the Jets are going to exploit that and be able to really air it out against those one-on-one, and sometimes they're going to have someone that's not even covered because the opposing defenses are going to try and sell out the run there and have that cover zero defense.
Facts. You know what? Another thing to highlight about this game coming up, too, and I know we're looking at a broad view as well as the short term, but like
Mm-hmm.
Aaron never got his revenge on Peyton for the comments that Peyton made a year ago, or
100%.
a
Yeah.
little longer than a year ago. So, like, yes, we beat him last year, but like, for one, that was mainly Brees that beat him.
Right.
But for two, I guarantee you this one is circled on Aaron's calendar. And I don't want to be a cheerleader for Aaron, like you kind of mentioned either, but like, I'm sorry. If you give this guy some chip on his shoulder that's more
Yep.
than he would have on a normal Sunday, look out.
Mhm.
Look out. And you better look out on Sunday.
100%, man. Yeah, I think it's going to be a blowout. You're going to be doing a pregame show, right? Or what's it
Friday.
called? On Friday, right? You're doing a show. Yeah, I'll be watching that for sure. But yeah, I think that this is going to be another one of those. I think it's going to be like another blowout for the Jets in terms of being able to totally crush them. Obviously, I could be wrong, but man, from what I'm seeing here on the offense and kind of what they're hoping to do with the whole Garrett Wilson situation, and the fact that our offensive line is playing, they're playing lights out right now. They are going bananas right now. The offensive line. It's just we haven't had something like that in such a long time. Couple that with the two running backs we have. Couple that with, Aaron freaking Rodgers. Like, man, this team, I'm telling you, is going to be, we're going to be going really far this year.
Just getting a couple of comments out of the way. Modine in the house being his normal self, which we love. The Jets should beat the Broncos. They need that game because they will lose 3 straight after that. So
I
Mo
mean,
Mo doesn't
what
like our
Mo?
chances. Vikings. Who else? Steelers
It's
or
it's yeah. After
Vikings
Broncos, we have
Bills?
Vikings, Bills, and Steelers. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't see
which
why. I mean, obviously the Bills destroyed the Jaguars,
that'll be a good
last
one.
night,
But it's
but
divisional. We'll keep it close.
it's
You know.
it's divisional. We beat them last year at MetLife Stadium without Aaron Rodgers. Like, I, I'm not saying that we're going to destroy the Bills. We're, like you said, we're going to keep it. It's probably going to be a close game, but I would not count us out, man. I would not count us out against
No.
the Bills. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't
And
count us out against anybody.
I would take the odds too on us not losing 3 straight all year, assuming health.
100%.
But if we go into all these games whole, I don't see us dropping 3 in a row. But
Yeah,
hey,
no.
Mo, I respect your opinion, Mo, and I better see you during this whole stretch because I plan on saving this comment to see how your prediction fares.
Yeah.
He also mentioned that this Peyton story to him is dead and moot. But I'm telling you what, man, Aaron is much more petty, and he was at home with his foot up last year. I
Mhm.
guarantee you, it means a little more to him than the Vikings game. Uh, but that's my opinion as well.
No, I agree 100%. He's got it circled. Trust and believe that. Like he wants to do some damage against the Broncos. 100%.
Steelers have an Ivy League offense. Have you seen any of their games, Mike?
I have not. I've watched a couple of videos, a couple of highlights. I actually like Justin Fields. I think that he has like the new modern prototypical skill set for a quarterback to be successful in the NFL. I really do think Justin. I really do believe that Justin Fields is going to be a decent quarterback in this league. Now, I don't know if he's going to be elite. I don't know if he's going to be like a like a Lamar Jackson or like a Josh Allen type dual threat quarterback. But I think he's got the proper tools to be able to have the potential to be up there.
Do you
But
do you remember Byron Leftwich?
Byron Leftwich,
Yeah, he was with the Jags, and then he wound up actually going to Pittsburgh as well. But big, strong arm, had a little bit of
yeah.
wheels. I could see Fields being that guy. Not nothing to write home about, but like big, strong arm, and then like I
Mhm.
said, had the mobility behind it. And maybe that's a bad comp, but I do think he sticks around the league a little bit. I think a lot of people
Yeah.
think that he's gonna flame out after this, but dude, right now Pittsburgh's rolling with him. They're 3-0.
Yeah, man. Listen, Tomlin is a heck of a football coach. Like he finds ways to win, and that's why when we did our show on like the predictions, I actually had the Steelers as a loss for the Jets. So obviously I want us to win, of course, but I could very well see us losing to them just because they tend to find ways to win. But if we can win, let's say we beat the Broncos, and then let's say we out of the next three of the Bills and the um,
Steelers.
and the Steelers. I'm forgetting one more. Who's the other
The
one?
Texans.
No,
Well, the
so it was
Vikings.
Vikings. Sorry, yeah. So Vikings, Bills, and Steelers. If we can win two out of the three of those games, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy because I do think we're going to beat the Broncos.
Yeah. And Mo's right, dude. That Steeler defense is pretty much carrying them. Dude, this is like games like that is where you really are like blown away having Tyron Smith click in. Let's get him to that game. Let's get him through that game. But I don't know where Watt lines up. He might line up on the other side,
Mhm.
but we got something for him over there too. So and it's
Yeah,
showing
yeah,
on
true.
your film, dude. Rogers has time.
Yeah, for sure.
I
I
don't.
mean, he might not have as much time against like guys like that, but he's smart. He'll
Yeah.
he'll, he'll know. He's gonna know to get rid of the ball quick. He's not gonna be holding the football for an eternity against those guys.
What I guess through what is it? 3 games now. If you ask me my opinion on the O line, I would say they are better at pass protecting than I anticipated, and then slightly weaker at run blocking than I anticipated. So it evens out. But
Yeah,
I think run blocking is something that really needs. Well, they both need continuity, but what I'm saying is they haven't hit their ceiling yet. And if
no,
the run blocking comes, because like we're getting Braylon Allen is pretty much our run game right now.
yep,
Once the holes are there, like consistently, I think you see Brees running with more certainty, Braylon running with more certainty. Like the sky's the limit.
right.
It really is. It's sky's the limit.
Yeah, I agree. I think like you said, it's the passing game looks really good in terms of the blocking, the pass blocking, and the run blocking is taking a little bit longer, even though it's respectable right now. But I think the run blocking is going to get better as the season goes on. And as of right now, I think we have a top 10 offensive line, and it could get even a little bit better than that as the season goes on.
Just winding down here. Just wanted to take a moment to thank everybody for watching for sure. And obviously, if you can hit the like button, that'll go a long way. Um, it looks like probably Tuesday mornings for us. So keep an eye out for future episodes. Um, but any final thoughts from you, Mike? Doesn't have to be
Uh,
specifically about this game, but like maybe the journey so far. Anything you want to say?
yeah, no. So I'm just really happy that we're progressing. It's clear to me that every single week now, and this is 3 weeks in a row, um, that we are progressing and that we're getting better on both sides of the ball, really, which is what you want to see. So if our defense can stay in like a top 10 range, because I just looked it up before the show. As of right now, we are number 16 in offensive yards. Maybe since the two Monday Night Football games just happened, it might be a little bit different. But top 16 in offensive yards, and we're top 7 in defensive yards allowed. So if we can maintain that top 10 defense, or and maybe even get to the top 5, and then we kind of push up into the top 10 on offense, then that is where I think we need to be, and we can really do some damage there, win a lot of football games, and go deep into the playoffs. So that's where I think we're going to be at. I think we're going to be a top 10 offense. I think we're going to be a top 5 defense. And I think that's where we're going to be making our money. And yeah, I think we have to keep our heads down in terms of the players have to keep their heads down, not worry about the media, and just play football and take one game at a time. Let's just take one game at a time. Be able to beat the Broncos, and once we beat the Broncos, go into London, and yeah. So if we can beat the Vikings and the Bills, then people are going to start buying into the hype. But until then, like, we just beat up on the Titans and the Patriots, so people aren't too high on us yet. But if we can go ahead and after the Broncos, if we can beat the Vikings and the Bills, then people are going to really start buying in on us.
Yeah. Do you know what? Just like you said, just take steps every game and win the games you're supposed to. That's what we need to do. Keep our head down, like you said. Win what you're supposed to. And it's really nice we have this small window of having like games where we are severely advantaged at the QB position. Like
Right.
while Rogers against the Knicks, oh, give me that game because we can get better for that during that game
For
and
sure.
still,
For sure.
you know what I mean? And then do that, and then next thing you know, it's Steelers and Buffalo and all that. Stroud, I see
Yeah.
him on the docket. He had some comments this offseason for Aaron Rodgers. So, dude, there's a lot circled on his calendar. Can't wait. But, dude,
Yeah, man.
appreciate you, bro. The chat is they said some kind words as well. Great show. Take care, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike. Have a good one.
Yeah. You too, man. Thank you.
Yep.